Hello everybody, this is Lois Friend and you are stamping with a friend. And I know it's been a long time since I've done a video and I apologize for that. I finished up club last August and then I got busy with bigger events and didn't do any recording. We had all the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then January has been quite interesting. I had scheduled club for, or card class, not club. We're not having club anymore per se, but we are having classes every month. And I had scheduled and then things got crazy and I had to reschedule and then the weather got crazy. So at any rate, I am here today and I want to show you the cards that we did do in January. Some of you girls that are watching this weren't able to make it to any of the classes or rescheduled classes because of the crazy weather. So I wanted to do this video for you all so that when you get your packets, you'll know how to put this all together. I didn't do a template for instructions this time around, and so I thought hopefully that this will help you put your cardstock together that you get these packets for and are going, what am I supposed to do with it? So we'll just get started. The projects this month were taken from the new January-April catalog. If you all didn't get one, I still have copies for anybody that wants one in their hand. I know a lot of you are online shoppers now. We've kind of encouraged some of that, and but if you're like me, you like to have that catalog in your hand to actually look at it. So we've got the mini catalog until April, and then until February 28th, Saleabration is going on. So the cards we did for January are featured the linked together bundle, and it was kind of an interesting one. I looked at it and I thought, I don't really know that I need that, but the die cuts in that are what attracted me to the to this set. I liked the lattice, and this, I'm told, is a parallelogram. I'm not a geometry major or anything like that, so I wasn't sure what that was. I just liked it. It looked like a double triangle to me. But these are some of the die cuts, and we will be using in today's cards, we'll be using about all of them except the one. So we used the Link Together bundle for 2 of our cards, which include this one and this one. And I even decorated the envelope. Some of my class attendees will never, they don't leave until they've decorated their envelope. I tend to kind of forget about that, but this one it sort of lent itself to it. So these are the 2, like I said, these are from the Link Together, which is on page 49 of the January-April catalog. And then the other card is from the Saleabration, and it is from page 14, Corner in Bloom. And that card, we're going to be doing a little bit of watercoloring on that. I really like that set. I have not done a whole lot with it, but I played around with it a little bit, and hope to play some more. So we're going to get started on card number 1. And I'm recording over at my actual work table, and everything is kind of piled up around here, so forgive me if I sort of lose something along the way. So this card, we're going to use one of the masks This comes with, I believe it's five masks, and we're going to work on that. Okay, and the colors we're using are Pretty Peacock and Coastal Cabana. No, I'm sorry, that's not Coastal Cabana. It is Las Lagoon. Sorry about that. All right. And I'm just going to take some repositionable tape and tape that down on my mat using one of our blender brushes. And the Pretty Peacock, this cardstock, like I said, is Las Lagoon, and the looks like I should tape the cardstock down too a little bit. All right, I think we got it positioned now. And I'm going to just brush this on lightly, and I'm rubbing this off on the plate here because that allows me to prevent blobs. And you can put this as much as you want, keep it as light as you need, or as dark as you want. Okay. And I'm just gonna rub this glass mat is awesome. It just cleans right up. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and attach those pieces. Okay, now I embossed the Wishing You. It's white embossed, and I'm going to use my embossing buddy here, and that helps take off static so that the embossing powder only goes where it's supposed to. I'm using white embossing, or white ink, and kind of goes sort of in the center. That'll help as I'm positioning those. It looks like my white needs to be freshened up a little bit. All right, I'll use some white embossing powder. And plug in my heat gun. start to see this melt. A lot of the girls tend to, they ask, how can you tell? And if you watch it, you can see the embossing powder actually melting, and it does get hot. All right. All right, now I've done 3 of these parallelograms, and I'm positioning them trying to leave just about 1/4 of an inch between each around the edges. So I'm going to tape those down. Tape that down. Then I'm going to position this on to this, however, wherever you want it. I'm going to go up to about the edge of that. But there again, it's not an exact science. Okay. I'm going to take a pair of scissors and my regular scissors are not at my desk. Just trim that off. And now you're ready. Before you attach that, I did put a saying in the side of the card that says, wishing you a happy day. And let's see. And the reason I'm going to stamp that before I glue it in is because if you get an oops, like sometimes we do once in a while get an oops, you can always turn that around and make that your front, and that'll be covered if you get an oops. There's only so many times you can do that though, but I'm going to do that first. No oops. I love it when a plan comes together. Now, if I don't smear up my fingers and get blue and blob of ink on somewhere, then we're okay. We're cooking with gas. All right. Now, I will attach this to the front. Okay. Then I have these little flowers that we will attach. They remind me of cherry blossoms. And I realize it's January. There's not any cherry blossoms blooming anywhere close right now, but I think maybe I'm thinking spring, perhaps, possibly. And somewhere I'm going to use use my little glue, my glue gun here to attach these, and to attach this to the card front. All right. And I'm going to attach these little flowers or blossoms, whatever they are. They are, like I said, they are part of the Link Together bundle that is found in the January through April mini catalog. And I do try to, I don't know if I'm correct in this, but I try to, when I put flowers or any kind of bling on the front, I generally go with a odd number. I think somewhere along the line, someone told me that if you do 6, you should do 7 or something like that. Now, I had 7 cut out, but I'm not sure where the other one is. I'm going to have to find that. It has, I know I had 7 to start out with, but somewhere along the line I've lost it. And then I will correct that though and put another one on there. Okay. And these little bees are the cutest little thing, and they're teeny tiny. And they are also, I can't remember if they're in the catalog or if they're online. I'm not sure about that. So, there you go. I'll add another pink flower, and that is our first card. In the meantime, maybe I'll see another one of the pink flowers laying around. I know I had it, but you know how things disappear on your craft desk when you're working. So that is card number 1. Now, oh yes, I forgot. I want to put gold centers on this, and a lot of times if you put a lot of pearls or something, it does like lift the card up from when in the envelope, and it gets a little bulkier and it causes postage to, you have to hand, they have to hand stamp. So I have found the metallic enamel effects basics. I've been using that a lot, and I'm going to just put a center on each one of these of that, and then I'll set it aside and let it dry. It takes a little bit to dry, so don't put it in, don't lay anything on top of it for a while. But I really like that, and it comes in gold and red and silver and black, I think, and there's like a pearlesque color. This is the gold, metallic enamel gold, and that is in our annual book, I believe. So I'm going to lay that aside and hope that I can find my 7th flower. And now we are going to do this flower. And you'll notice a theme. I told the folks that came to my card class, you'll notice there's a lot of flowers going on here. And do you think possibly I might be in the spring kind of frame of mind? Oh, I did want to show you the masks, all the masks, but again, they escaped me. Now this paper is not part of the Link Together bundle. It is called Floral Delight, and it comes 12 by 12, and it's beautiful paper. I love yellow. It just reminded me so much of spring, and like I said, I'm really in the spring kind of mood. So, all right. Sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated, I guess. Somewhere along the line, I've gotten discombobulated. All right. This one is just very easy, and I do want to show you just a little bit of a trick that I learned. And here is that parallelogram, and it's in different direction than the first card we did that we put this way. And you could all have all kinds of fun with that. So we'll go ahead, and I'm going to stamp the Enjoy, and I am going to use a mat underneath this. These photopolymer stamps need some cushioning under them. The red rubber has cushioning on them, but to get a really good image, you sometimes need to use the our piercing pad. And I just stamped Enjoy with Pool Party ink, and I like to soften the edges a little bit and use a dauber and just go around the edges. You don't have to, it doesn't take a lot, but it just softens those white edges just a little bit, I think, anyway. I do this a lot. Okay. All right. Now, I said I had a little trick I wanted to show you. This is one of the die cuts, again from the Link Together, and I saw this done by demonstrator Patty Bennett. I believe it was Patty, and I thought, wow, what a neat trick. Neat hack. This is a basting brush, and I picked it up at Dollar Tree. I think it cost $1.25 or something, because it's not a Dollar Tree anymore. It's and I'm taking our silicone mat, turning this over. What I did with the silicone brush is the bristles was out to about here, and I just trimmed them back, and these are like the firmest end. And you know how hard it is sometimes to get that glue in those really intricate spots. I just thought this was the neatest thing, and like I said, I think it was Patty Bennett that I watched a video, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. and you just brush it on your design and hold it still so you don't, so it doesn't move around, or you might have a mess. And you just blot that all over. Then I'm going to take this piece, and I don't know, you can't really see, but there's glue all over that, but it's not on this side. Get that arranged about so. And then when this glue dries, you can just use some alcohol and clean it off, and then you don't have a mess. And I just think that's just really, really neat. All right, and then I'm going to attach this. This is Pool Party cardstock. And I'm going to start attaching layers. And you can put a sentiment inside, but sometimes for cards like this, I don't. Maybe it'll be a birthday, maybe it'll just be a celebration, special celebration. Attach that. And then you can add that. And these little yellow flowers are another die from that Link Together. And you'll notice I'm putting 3, not 2, but 3. That odd, uneven number again. And you can attach those with glue. I'll do my little trick here. Got some excess glue on that mat, so just make use of it. Got glue on my finger too. And again, if you want to, you could use bling on this. I'm going to or you could use the enamel effects if you want to. I think for this one real quick, I'm going to color these. Our alcohol blends are awesome for coloring these. It has to be the alcohol blends. You can it won't work to use our regular Stampin' markers. Okay, and that dries. I'm going to put these on us. But with these Rhinestone Basic, you can they're clear, and you can make them any color you want to match the colors that you're using, if you're a matchy kind of gal or guy. All right, and then on this one I colored some white twine again with the alcohol marker. I colored some white twine, and I added a little bit of added some bling on, or added a bow, and you can do that if you want. I think on this one I'll leave it blank. I might add something later. So there it is, card number 2. Quick and easy, really. Okay. Now, I said the third card is watercoloring. And now the sentiment for this card I took from Unbounded Love. It's sympathy. It seems like here recently I've had to do a lot of sympathy cards. So that one is another sympathy. And I'm using watercolor or watercolor paper. And there again, it is in the annual catalog. And I'm going to stamp. This is the Corner and Bloom stamp set that I'm using. This is the one from Saleabration. It is free with a $120 purchase. And I'm going to use Memento ink, and that is what you use for watercolor. And I will, oops, need to get it. I'm still trying to figure out how to keep everything in the camera. I need to put a little piece of scrap paper down so that I don't get that on my, I'm going to just stamp it off a little bit. And somewhere in one of the boxes is the With Sympathy stamp, but I don't see it. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened to it. Well, maybe I'll go with something else on this one. How about Happy Birthday? Okay, now I'm ready to start watercoloring. And I have brought over with me a couple of blocks. And I'm using Highland Heather. The purple in this card is Gorgeous Grape, but I'm starting with a shade lighter and using the Highland Heather. And what I'm going to do is some squeeze the box so that there's ink on the lid, but I don't like to mess up my lid so much. So I'm using a block, and I'm just going to get some water from our water painters. And I start with a light touch. You can always add more and go darker, but it's hard if it's dark to go lighter. Got a little bit too much water. Go easy with the water too. It's kind of, and I don't necessarily try to get in all the crooks and crevices. and you can always add more purple. Like I said, you can go darker if it dries and you don't like the lighter color, then go back over it. And I'm not a painter, but this is pretty easy. And I think this might be, oh, I can't remember the name of the flower. It's not lilacs and it's not wisteria, I don't think. I think it's a little purple flower. Oh, the name escapes me. That's the first in the spring. I'll think of it after I'm done with the video. All right. Now I'm going to use some Granny Apple Green and do the same thing on another block. And you can use the same brush, just clean it off, but I'm going to use a different one. This is a different style. I got that one just a little bit, maybe too dark. I just re-inked that yesterday, so it's really juicy. Doesn't take much at all. And this is as close to I'll ever get as being a water painter, a color, artist. I'm not, but this is fun because you don't have to be exact. And I think I got pretty much all the green. All right, and I'll just clean those blocks off. All right, now I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. And our layers for as I mentioned, this is Gorgeous Grape, and this is embossed. This has been embossed with the Distress Tile 3D folder, and I went ahead for time purposes, and I went ahead and embossed that. Now for this, I'm going to attach it with our Stampin' Dimensionals because I want it to be popped up just a little bit. And I have found for the tape, I tend to tear these if I use tape runner. I don't know, maybe I'm heavy-handed. So for embossed pieces, I generally either use our glue or the dimensionals to pop it up because, like I said, I find that I tear it. And you don't have to get crazy with the dimensionals. I try to balance it out a little bit so that it doesn't dip in the middle. So on this one, I think I put 9. You can put as many as you want. Just position it white. It's white on white. And then I also am going to pop this up. Now this probably will, if you're mailing this, it's probably going to need one of the stamps that you buy. They cost a little bit more, but I have found it's more peace of mind if I go ahead and use the one that they hand stamp, that it doesn't go through the machine, and it's less likely then that your card will get torn in the process. And when you put those on, you can pretty much guarantee that your recipient won't have a postage due. That tends to be embarrassing if you do a postage due. If you send a card to someone and find out that they've had to pay for it. Ask me how I know. So, all right. This may not be quite dry, but I'm going to go ahead and this I will attach with the adhesive. and just pop that on there. And I have these little butterflies. Again, more flowers, more signs of spring. I think these butterflies are still in the catalog. I can't remember if they've been discontinued or not, but they come in 2 or 3 different sizes. And I just pop one of those on, and it feels like spring. All right, there you have it. 3 cards, 2 made with using the Link Together set, and 1 with the Link Together and Corner and Bloom. And there are masks with this Link Together. Like I said, there are masks. There's, I think it's 5. I thought I had brought them over here with me, but I didn't. So I'll try to find them and post it later. But Link Together, Corner and Bloom, 3 cards. I think that's everything. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've recorded. I hope you enjoy this and can follow me. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I do check comments. And I will be having class again next week for February. Can you believe it's February? And I will hopefully post again. And who knows? I keep thinking that maybe I should post in between times. But you know how it goes. So here's the cards. And I hope you enjoy. Thanks and have a good day.